Yesterday I watched a documentary called What is a Woman by Matt Welsh. It's a really great one. I strongly recommend watching it. One thing very noticeable, which I assume Matt was trying to indirectly point out to the audience, was that the experts who he interviewed, who are in support of the transgender community, had dyed hair. They spoke and dressed like they are mentally ill. If this was shown 20, 30 years ago, the audience would have believed that he is interviewing patients of a mental asylum. Yet these are the supposed experts who are there to help others with their mental disorder. Mentally ill people helping other mentally ill people. What could possibly go wrong? There's a few things that I want to add to this documentary. Firstly, he was pointing out how transgender men are trying to compete with women in sports and how it is unfair to the women because men are naturally stronger. Yes, of course, this is true. However, women who generally do manly things, such as sports, already have something mentally and hormonally wrong with them and suffer from a light form of gender dysphoria. Also, the parents, usually the father, will push girls into doing sports, and because a girl naturally wants to please her father, she will do anything that he asks her to do. It's also a parenting problem. Therefore, a transgender man trying to enter this field is irrelevant, because women should not be part of it in the first place. A woman's life in nature is relatively stress-free and peaceful because she will usually be pregnant, and of course she doesn't want to get a miscarriage. The documentary was trying to tell us that we should give women a fair chance to compete, when it should actually be saying that women should not be doing sports at all because it promotes infertility. Secondly, an important question which wasn't asked in the film was, if a young girl identifies as a boy and later on gets hormones to actually try to physically transition to a boy, then why is that supported? Not long ago, she would have been diagnosed with a mental disorder, and everybody around her would have tried to help her in any way they can to realize that she is a girl. If she should be given any hormones, then it should be female hormones to bring out her femininity. Why would you give a young girl male hormones to confuse her body even more? After all, we are talking about a biochemical problem. The most important question, which was not asked, and I can understand why, it's a complicated topic and it would add an extra hour to the documentary, is where did this problem come from? Why do the Maasai not have transgender people? I will also not get deeply into it, but I will give you a few examples. It's a modern biochemical problem. Birth control. If you use it long enough, then you will be permanently infertile. But if you do end up having a child after using it, then it will almost definitely have issues just like that. Soy. A lot of children in Asia grow up eating and drinking it. As you can see, the boys are very feminine, and there's a lot of transgender people in Asian countries. Chia and flax seeds also have phytoestrogens. They block the cell receptors of real hormones. This is a way bigger problem than most people understand. Women are told not to breastfeed, but instead use baby formula and other garbage. It is full of hormone disruptors. Pretty much everything that you will eat that comes in plastic also has those chemicals. Drugs which are supposed to prevent miscarriages and morning sickness will also disrupt the hormonal balance of the unborn child. The list goes on and on. We are bombarded by this stuff. The documentary brings great awareness to a problem that we have in modern society, but it doesn't tackle the root problem, which are drugs and toxic food. The only way to prevent it is to start living naturally again.